One of the Dipperinos.
Oh, wow.
I freaking love this song.
What song is it?
Dippy Sound. DJ Fresh versus Jay Faye. It's awesome.
This is how can you tell it's really loud as well? Nobs is yelling.
Huh?
I'm so big and hairy. It's so good.
Okay, let's retweet this business.
The video's great. Just this like this old black dude in like a mesh shirt just walking. just strutting down the street. It's awesome.
That's pretty
The
good.
house made of speakers.
That's even better.
Oh. I got my notification, which means we are live on YouTube.
Oh, yes.
You didn't break it after all.
I mean, can't it be
Kind of
both?
broke it.
Dippy Sound.
Now, let's see which device decides it wants to actually stream my stuff now.
I can't even... Oh, it's so stupid. Damn you, YouTube.
Okay.
No, it's like I opened the live streaming section of the Creator Studio once, and now I can't open up anything else. So stupid.
Sounds about right.
If you want to watch this show with low latency, YouTube is the place to be.
Yep, because Twitch sure fucking takes forever to do it.
Oh, I can monetize the live stream with ads. Interesting. I don't really need to do that now that we have Patreon, patreon.com/E1M1.
Be our patron.
Go be a patron today. You will get the first wave of cool behind-the-scenes stuff tonight. Tonight.
Oh man, this is another good track.
Hey there, Soul Man.
Bob Moses, tearing me up. It's a good song, man.
Well,
That's my
why?
arm hurt.
Why is my YouTube
Are we allowed
broken?
to talk about songs, or is that another thing that gets like muted? For, like,
No,
20 minutes?
we can talk about
We
them.
can talk.
Can't act
Just
them
don't
out.
play.
What?
Probably can't hum
Turn
them.
down for what?
E1M1. I fucking followed you. Why are you not in my list?
Come on, put your hood up.
I don't have a hoodie on. My hoodie's outside.
Come on, little John.
Caller, turn down your radio.
Okay, my radio's turned down. Thank you. I have everything on mute at all times. The
You know
one
what,
fucking time I don't.
I miss that happening. Like, listen to terrestrial radio. Just DJs just getting pissed.
Yeah, caller, turn down your radio.
Like, turn down the radio.
So
It would always
good.
happen on sports radio with like the Cindelar.
I want to talk about the grass. Caller, turn down your radio.
Turn down your radio.
So good.
Speaker, how are you?
Uh,
The most fucking
I'm
obnoxious
sorry,
shout
Boomer, I
speaker,
know.
please. Okay, it is turned off. Get fucking
Oh
close.
my god. Yeah,
Thank you.
I'm gonna need a shower. Show.
Yeah,
yeah,
I need a fucking shower like
I am.
yesterday.
Yeah, I'm going to just. I need to upgrade this computer.
I smartly
I
didn't take a shower before I have to empty out the water catching part of our washing machine. I'm gonna wait until after that.
Very good idea.
Yeah, I planned it right this time.
I don't know how many times I've done like start a load of laundry and I go and hop in the shower and like I get like 2 minutes of hot water. I'm like, son of a.
Or it's that thing where like the temperature's pretty okay, and then it kicks over, and you're like, fuck.
What? I'm already in it. I'm already full of soap.
Yep.
Just
See this
deal with the
thing way
raisin
through.
stack. Get out of it.
My favorite thing moving into this place was clearly the previous place we lived was a 1-bedroom apartment. So all of the water temperatures and bullshit like that was maintained by the company who owned the place.
Yeah.
First time moving in here was just like, why the fuck is the shower ice cold? why the fuck are the taps ice cold? Because someone had turned the boiler onto vacation setting.
Oh shit.
Nice.
So literally, I went down into the basement. I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" Found the boiler and then found this dial on it, and it was like vacation. And I was like, "We are not on vacation. We want to be clean.
I live here, damn it."
And had to fucking turn it off.
That's
Yeah, no. There was one like the one house I went to, and I'm doing dishes in their sink, and all of a sudden, like the hot water just all of a sudden it turns into lava. And I swear to God, my hand started to blister. Like, it was so hot. It was like McDonald's coffee hot, like 190 degrees.
Yeah.
File a lawsuit against the faucet maker.
You know what's funny? All right, so I've been watching that Adam Ruins Everything lately.
I need to give that another shot.
And he got into that particular lawsuit. And I had no idea that woman was burned that bad.
Oh yeah, it was fucking horrendous.
Yeah, it was
like
bad.
3rd-degree burns on her crotch.
Yeah.
Like, yes, you should. Fuck you, pay me. Like,
yeah,
that should be it.
If I remember, she had a gag order, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so she couldn't even talk about, like, it's fucking bad, dude. Like, it was, when you find out what really happened, it's like, oh, she wasn't greedy. She actually got really, really injured.
But the premise of it just sounds ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then you realize that, people have been complaining about that for years. Like, why does it have to be 190 degrees? What's the point?
Right.
As though it doesn't breed bacteria and you can serve the same pot of coffee all day? I don't know.
Yeah.
Unreal, man.
All right, you guys ready to kick this thing off? I know Moonpier has a date tonight. And by date, I mean needs to take a shower.
Yes. 100 fucking %. Standing in the laundromat last night.
Cool. I come over. We can have 3-way.
There you go.
Okay, I'll see you in 6 hours.
Oh, my head. I don't know what just happened, but that really hurt.
You tried to wink and injured yourself. That is...
I think I think we just saw knobs get old. It's like, wink. Oh, God, my head.
Am I having a stroke? Like, what is happening?
Can you smell
burning toast?
Yeah.
Like, it's just... Like, it's like from the back of... Like, all the way, like, up to here. Like...
Brush your teeth.
It's not a headache. It's this shooting pain from my eyeball.
For anyone watching that doesn't get that, knobs... I have always had bad headaches throughout my life. I now know it's because of sleep apnea. But in college, I would complain to Knobs. It's like, God, I woke up with a headache. Like, I feel like so much pressure. And he's like, oh, go brush your teeth. And I was like, fuck you. What is it? My breath smell? Like, what the hell's wrong? And I tried it. And it works. Damn it. It just, whatever it does, it like relieves that pressure. And it feels pretty good. And your mouth is clean.
I don't know. There's probably some weird reason why that works, but you drink a glass of water, go and brush your teeth, and your headache is fucking gone.
Yep.
Like, it's so weird. And everyone has that same reaction. Fuck you.
Yeah. What the hell's wrong with you?
It's like, that can't work.
They come out smelling minty fresh, and their heads back to normal.
You want to sit there and suffer? You want to sit there and keep down on those pills, huh?
Yeah.
Hell no, I hate taking pills.
See if your temporary relief will work out for you. All natural, just get there grinding.
Clean them chompers. Alright, you guys ready?
No, not yet. Now I'm ready.
Really? We had how long? I'm even ready.
Knobs.
I've got to get the grown-up voice going on. Hello, Scott. How are you?
Moon, you should really take this more seriously.
Yes. I mean, you're here. You're part of it now, and
part of the team.
We really need you to lock it down. That's why I'm moving the microphone.
Oh. Yeah. Hey, Meg.
And hi. I really think these headphones really fuck with me because everything is so quiet. I feel like I'm screaming.
I thought you were gonna say like I'm just listening to music and in the background, kill, kill, kill.
yeah. The whole episode, I just got.
I do hunger for the flesh of the living. You're right. Weird.
Domination.
Combo breaker. All right.
Yatta.
Fucking hell.
No, what it would really be is that for you specifically, it would be that Tenchi Muyo commercial break, that hoo clap clap.
Oh yeah, I
randomly
had that on my phone. That probably goes through my head at least once a day.
Yeah, it's so good.
Click click.
So good. All right. You guys
The
ready?
sound of bewilderment. Hold on, I gotta get.
Come on, Nubs. You had like half an hour.
We are so professional.
I know. I get. Hold on. Get prepared.
All right. I'm ready when you are. Get the lipstick off your teeth.
Coffee.
How's it look?
Got my lip snackers on.
Yeah. Sour apple.
Tastes like Christmas.
I don't know why I do this show anymore.
Speaking of Christmas, did you ever get around to watching Jessica Jones?
Who?
You.
Yeah, of course I watched Jessica
The
Jones.
entire series.
Yeah.
I don't know if we got through that yet.
No, yeah,
No,
it's my favorite one. I haven't finished.
Nick Cage, same as me, I think.
Yeah,
it's
I'm
Luke Cage. So
Whatever.
Nick Cage would be something weird.
Boy, that'd be great.
Yeah, Nick Cage is the man with the indestructible skin who, punches people in the balls and then gives you a look to the camera.
Steals
and,
the Declaration of
wants to take people's
Independence.
face off. Yes.
Yeah. I'd watch that show.
And he knows what's happened next. I think it's called Knowing. He's the Wicker Man.
I want
The bees.
I
Not
want
the
the
bees.
knife.
Please, not the bees.
I want the knife. Brother Noopsy!
So dumb.
Put down the bear.
Alright, fucking lock it down. Let's go.
Acting. All right. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to another episode of the Video Game Podcast. I'm your host, Boston. Joining me as always is Knobs.
Hello.
And Moonpear.
Oh, I don't know what's going on anymore.
Yeah, man, I don't either.
What happens if you keep me in the room all by myself?
That's true. All right, we have some business to take care of before we get into the video games business. First of all, this past week launched our Patreon page. If those of you don't know what Patreon is, basically you get to subscribe. You get to become a patron of this show and the other shows. You give us a small amount a month, $1, $2, $5, $10. And at each tier, you get some cool free behind-the-scenes stuff. You can hang with me while I edit. I think that's the $5 tier. You can get the special series early, a couple days early. I think that's a $2 tier. You want us to plug something of yours on the show? $10. You want to see my horrible chicken scratch writings every week? That's the $1 or higher. Who knows? Moving into NPR mode here. You get a wonderful tote bag. You don't get a tote bag. Oh, I'm sorry.
No tote.
But Patreon...
We have some lovely monogrammed coffee cups.
Yeah, they're wonderful. Patreon.com/E1M1 if you'd like to help out. Where does this money go to, Boston? You might be asking, Strawman. The money goes to covering hosting and website hosting and software, and if both goals are on the page, so you can see where all the money is going to, what the rewards are. Nintendo Work in chat says, my kids won't eat tonight because I'm a patron. Thank you.
And thank the kids, too.
You can see...
Wait, is that YouTube chat?
Yeah. You can see how close we are to each goal. If you break through those two goals, that just goes into, saving up for better equipment. So, it doesn't go to ramen or something. I don't know. But patreon.com/E1M1. There's a link on the right-hand side of the page. Please go become a patron and help us cover the cost of hosting this show and others. And you get free stuff.
Yeah.
even better.
Take after the greatest civilization on the planet, the ancient Greeks, and become a patron for the arts.
That's true.
Because no matter what you say, what we do is art. Kind of.
Darn right. And let's put a plug here for good friends of the show, Good for Gaming. That's Twitter at good4gaming with no spaces. They're running a Rocket League tournament fairly soon. The grand prize, if I remember correctly, is a game. So you pick a game and they send it to you. So how can you go wrong? Show off your Rocket League skills and get a free game. So go ahead.
I was just going to say I might have to rope Heiko in, my wife and Heiko and me, and see what we can do.
Clean house. On Twitter, that is at good4gaming. All right, that's all of our business this week. Go be a patron. Knobs, what have you been playing this past week?
Oh, hi.
Hi.
How you doing?
Hey, I'm done with my shit sales spiel until next week.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Just making sure.
Yeah,
okay.
Turning down the NPR mode.
I do think we should be on the NPR One app. I'm just saying.
That'd be great.
Just saying.
Hit me up, NPR.
All right. That's right. They'll probably shake us down for all our sweet Patreon money.
That's true. That's ours now.
Here, be a sustaining member at all the money you have in your Patreon account.
A sustaining member at patreon.com/E1M1.
Okay, so Monday Night Game Night, Battlefield 1. I had another good time. I'm trying out a new weapon, and it did not go so well.
Oh. Yeah, the Russian carbine was this.
Yeah, I tried.
I completely forgot I was in Monday Night Game Night until literally you said that, and then I was like, oh yeah, I did play Monday Night, didn't I? I thought I was asleep.
You did. We were all pretty sleepwalky that night. It was.
Oh yeah, definitely.
All pretty tired. Yeah, but I started doing the Russian carbine with the dot scope without having the full scope on it. Granted, you still can headshot someone, knock it down. Essentially, it's a no scope sniper rifle. 2 pills puts them down, which is good. Except the rack and reload is so slow on this gun, and it's hard to get 2 shots off.
Oh.
Other than that, worked fine. Not as much fun as running around with the sweeper, but I need to get my sniper up to level 2 so I can spend my war bonds to get that gun, or I have the opportunity to buy that gun that Jimbo Jangles is raining death on everyone with.
Yes, he really is.
And I need to get in on that action because I need to get in on that action.
From advice from an achievement hunter here, when I was grinding out my sniper to get to rank 2 to unlock the achievement for every single rank to rank 2, I didn't even bother with a rifle. I just used a pistol. Used the M1911 and just shoot them in the face with a pistol a lot. It works.
Yeah, well, I don't like getting that close and personal, so no, not really my thing. But no, like I'm literally like akimboing the whatchamacallits, the flare guns. Like as soon as I spawn, like pop, pop. All right, buddies, I can see all of you now. Like it's pretty great. Yeah, so I think we played we were stuck on the same night map that whole night.
Yeah, I think we played like 2 rounds on the same map because it did the switch sides thing, and then I think I ended up backing out early because I was exhausted, and I don't know who kept on playing. It's like the one time I haven't got written down who was involved in Monday Night Game Night, which I normally do.
Sheesh, Moonbeer.
Well, yeah, I mean, really, it's in your job description. Like,
yeah,
hey, my brother was tired.
You need to pick up the slack where I've never had, so...
TVGP secretary? That's the real secret why we have a third chair.
Because in my point of view, Soul Man could have been in the game.
Yeah.
I could have been in there.
I know, yes, Donnie...
No, Boston was in party chat, don't you remember?
Yeah.
So, that was Monday night, and then pretty much most of the rest of the week was more Symphony of the Night madness for me.
I finished that this week.
Yeah. I am at 199.7.
Oh man, so close.
Yeah, 158.4, I believe I'm at now.
Yeah. So, I was about to message Boston. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to be that dude. I'm gonna go look up something online, and I forgot the wolf could swim.
I forget that every time.
Hold on, what?
Yeah. That's how you get... It's on the bottom of the regular castle, the top of the inverted castle. There's like water that you can't... You have to get to the very top of, and the wolf can agonizingly slowly swim.
Yeah, like his tail just nicks that one corner to give you that unlocked portion of the map.
Yeah.
Okay, I must have done that in a slightly different way because I was getting very frustrated with that. I did the down-up jump, transformed into the wolf, and he does that little float upwards thing.
Yeah.
When you transform into him, and that ticked off that part of the map for me.
That'll do it, yeah.
But yeah, so normally you do the down up, you switch into the wolf, and then you smash Y, and you just kind of scrape the top.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So then I was like, okay, cool. How close am I? Son of 0.6% away from this thing.
Yeah.
Which actually, go ahead.
Oh, I think I got like 185% when I cleared it. And I went slower than I usually do, so my final time was about 4 hours and 35 minutes.
Ugh.
Oh, wow.
That's hauling, man.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
really
cooked
is.
through that thing.
So, while we're talking about that water section on the top, just to... okay, so it's the bottom of the regular castle, top of the inverted castle. The boss all the way to the right of that area, the giant with the staff, is, I've literally got a note here saying, big thing with a mace, is this the Alucard shield spam thing?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, because I don't know what the Alucard shield and the shield rod does.
I put an honest effort into trying to beat him straight up.
It's too hard.
Like about 3 or 4 times. I probably hit him for probably close to maybe 8,000 hit points. He still didn't put him down.
Moon, do you have the Alucard shield?
Yes, I actually got it yesterday, I believe.
Do you have the shield, Rod?
Yes, I do.
Perfect. Do you want to know how to use them?
You press both buttons together.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it does stuff depending on what shield you have equipped.
It does.
I've experimented with a bunch of different shields. Like I've seen the knight appear, I've seen the flower lady appear, I've seen the rainbow unicorn appear.
Did you use it on the leather shield?
Yeah.
I did, but I can't remember what appeared.
It's just a cow comes out.
How can you forget the cow?
Oh, that's it.
Mo.
Yes.
Did you use it on the Alucard shield?
I did, and I got the massive rainbow, and Alucard goes all like shiny for about 2 seconds.
No, the Alucard shield.
Oh, the cart? No, I haven't tried it with the cart.
I don't remember
as
what
soon as I saw
one
them
does.
with TEs, I just ignored them.
Just a big question mark comes up.
Oh, that's right. So good.
So, what does the shield rod and the Alucard shield actually do?
Oh, just hold it out in front of you and touch the boss. I won't spoil it, but just you want to hold it like right out in front of you and just walk into him.
Yep. Use it as a battering ram.
Yep.
So okay, so you do the spell and then you just hold the shield out.
Yep.
Oh my god, I don't want to spoil this for him because this is like one of those moments where it's just like, what?
Yeah, I don't want to.
Okay, because
you'll know.
I've used the spell before, but I've always thought, well, it didn't increase my damage, it didn't decrease my damage taken. What is the point of this spell in the slightest?
You'll know it works because the shields come up and they spin and the rainbow and all that. Just walk into the boss.
Okay, hold the shield out and do that though.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry. Yes.
Yeah, that's going to. You'll understand why. Like this is such a I had played through the game like 4 or 5 times. Until boss is like, well, why don't you just use the Alucard shield? I'm like, what? Oh, just do this, and just you're welcome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is an experience.
There are going to be plenty of things like that, which we will get into deeper discussion on the actual Game Club episode for it, because there's a lot of things about this game that is really cool, but so old, and I kind of get it because, like, as Nobs shouted down my ear while we were both playing it. Oh my word, it's 20 years old.
Yep.
Yeah, it's 20 years old today.
1997.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
20 years old this year.
It's crazy that there's a million different things in this game, and I still see new stuff every single time I play it. It's ridiculous.
Oh, like that poison sword I found this time.
Yep.
I have never seen that.
Yeah.
Ever.
Man.
But this game's still awesome. then I decided to do the ill-advised thing and started a Richter playthrough, and
it's hard.
Oh man,
it's really hard
because
not having a double jump.
No,
and having to spam the down up jump all the time.
It has that weird arc. It's weird.
Yeah, so you go up, but you got to catch your angle right every time. I don't know how many times we've gone through a ceiling, come straight back down where I was. I'm like, I just don't know if I can handle this.
That's fun.
That's right. I forgot about the sliding.
Yeah.
But I mean, your whip does a lot of damage.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm banging through, and I made it to the reverse castle without like skipping like the whole other half of the castle.
Yeah.
And I forgot when you get to the library, the library shop has his back turned towards you.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that.
So you can't get any items. And I forgot when you go through that little hole beneath him, and you just knock his chair up. It's so dumb.
That game's
great. Made me laugh. I did it like 3 or 4 times in a row. Like, but yeah. So I'm gonna make an honest effort to get through it, because it says complete the standard and inverted castle in one playthrough, and I don't remember where to go for Richter on either one of these castles.
You just have to collect the 5 Dracula pieces and head to the middle. Yeah. I don't think on Richter it's open automatically. There's some stuff in that game where it's weird, where it's like, yeah, you're good. Like, you just skip this whole thing.
Oh yeah, I skipped right to the inverted castle, like, right away.
Yeah.
Like, I just kind of went up there, went up the things, went up on that, and I down, up, jumped all the way to the top where the opening is, the Rondo of Blood. We get up there and just hopped right into the Upside Down Castle. It's like, man, I really thought I should have fought something up here, but whatever.
Mirror match.
And then I got crushed in the inverted castle.
The motto of the inverted castle. I got crushed.
Oh, man.
Yeah, speaking about the inverted castle, first time I went there, it made me nauseous.
It's a little weird, yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's specifically, it's the outside sections at the bottom of the inverted castles.
Yeah.
Where you can see the upside down castle, like, behind you.
Yeah.
Like, that made me feel legit nauseous. And I don't get nauseous that much, so...
It takes me a while to sort of get my brain upside down.
That's just figuring out where you have to go, and I don't know how many times I went the wrong direction. Like, and I was pulling the Rodney with the map. Like, every room, I opened the map. Like,
the thing I keep doing is, like, I will do the down-up jump. As soon as you get the gravity boots, I'm down-up jumping like nobody's business. I'll do that, and I'll be like, cool, I'm going to turn into the bat. I hit the wrong button, and I'm the wolf. All right, all the way back down. Great.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I would do that. And then, especially once you unlock the mist, then you just kind of float as the mist everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, I use the mist a lot, actually.
Yeah.
Like, especially in the inverted castle, instead of jumping the whole way, I just go to the mist and just float my way up.
Slalom your way up there.
Yep. Because it's such a pain to do the jumping on the inverted castle. It's the same distance, but for some reason, your timing is just gone.
Or you're like 3 pixels off from jumping onto a ledge. It's like, well, I should be able to make this.
You hit this like where you Wile E. Coyote, like, to the front and slide down. Just like,
it's good stuff.
But, so, I'm pounding my way through the Richter playthrough. I decided to start playing some Pocket Mortys the other night. For reasons I don't know why.
Because you're obsessed with Rick and Morty.
I am obsessed with Rick and Morty because that show is great. I wish I could burp on command, so maybe that's it, or mid-sentence, so.
We're not all 13 anymore.
Whatever. So anyway, so that game has kind of an interesting system for the Mortys. So essentially it runs like a Pokemon game. So you're trying to collect Mortys that all have different attributes and whatnot, and their combat classification is rock paper scissors.
Oh, cool.
So you can switch between different Mortys in your Morty deck.
Great.
I think that's what they called it.
One of my favorite Italian meats.
Yes, Morty deck. That sounded really dirty.
Yep.
Anyway, all right. So in my harem of Mortys, you got to pick the right Morty to combat the Morty you're fighting, and the world is great. I hate that I have to use like the touchscreen D-pad and A to interact with everything. That's the only thing I don't like about the game.
Yeah.
Other than that, like I'm just collecting. You go to an area, you collect 3 pieces and beat everyone in the area, and then the portal opens up. You go through the portal. You're back into the Rickverse or whatever that thing is called, where the Council of Ricks is. And so it's got all these weird deep cuts into the show, and this is hilarious. I met Cronenberg, Rick and Morty again. So it's I love things that take a property and make something really fun out of it. Yeah. As much fun as I had with animation Throwdown, which ended up jumping the shark a while ago, but this one seems to have its little quirks and stuff that I can get behind. It's a battery killer though, like like you play for like 5 or 6 minutes and you're like, oh, and Rick is constantly talking, and you got little stammering Morty the whole time. Well, I don't think that's a good idea. Ow. What? Ow! His little cries. I love the sound. Its sound design's great in it. All right. Anyway, so the next one I cannot stop playing is Marvel Puzzle Quest.
Yeah, for real.
Here we go. Let's go into Marvel corner.
Let's dive deep.
We're all terrible.
Well, man, when that game wants to get hard, it literally slams you into a brick wall repeatedly.
Mm-hmm.
Is this Coulson?
Oh, dude, I did that fight a dozen times and waited. He killed every person in my roster, every one of them.
Yeah,
I could not find a combination to get him.
I didn't even attempt it.
I tried, and he smacked me down so quickly. I was just like, I have a really good team, and I have worked my way through the rest of this content, and this is just something happened here.
Oh, like it's unbelievable. Like it was like running into same thing with Dr. Octopus in that once you got into what was it, round 4 or 5?
Yeah.
When he plops the generator on there, and you got to kill all his tentacles, and then you got to break his generator twice, and then if you don't do that in 10 turns total, 10 turns.
Yeah, he kills you.
One shots everybody.
Unlike the last event where instead of killing you, he would just end the event. Now he kills your party, so you have to resurrect them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It got to the point where the countdown would get down to 1, and I would just retreat out. Yeah. So I wouldn't have to go through the hassle of that, because you weren't really taking any damage.
No.
But, man, I mean, it has to be a perfect storm to get that thing down.
Yeah.
Because you're trying so hard to manipulate all these pieces downwards toward. Because every time it spawned, it always is on the bottom row, and I'm like,
oh god.
Oh man. How am I gonna get these pieces down? But yeah, then Carnage ended up being another maelstrom of knives that you had to deal with.
I forgot that with enemy characters you can tap on them to see their skills.
Carnages are ridiculous.
Yeah, and I figured out, his black skill is the one. The more black AP he has, the more moves he can do. So why don't I just deny him black? And that worked really well. I should have done that like a couple of weeks ago. And if you deny him black, he just takes one move and you are fighting him normally. That was way better.
I always try that, and then I always miss one of the black matches. And it's like, nope, didn't see that one.
Well, now
he got that one as well.
Well, it's the thing. So you're doing that, but then you're not feeding your characters the skills they need.
Sure.
Yep. And that's the weird balance of this game, man. If you don't have characters that have 3 colors in them, you're pretty much fighting an uphill battle.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I got a level 5. I mean, because I can't get covers for my 5-star Star-Lord. I can't get covers for my 5-star Dr. Octopus. Oh, I got him, by the way.
Nice.
and they both have a green skill. So if I have them on the screen, like I literally have one color that's worth it.
Yeah, you have no synergy between the two.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's almost when you have to use a weaker team just so you have more skills and you have, this one person uses a red skill and generates yellow tiles, and this other person uses a yellow and generates this. You've got the little synergy going on.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's why I have like Miss Marvel in my roster all the time, because she's black, red, and yellow.
Yeah, and she's strong.
Oh yeah, dude, she rolls, man. She rolls. But yeah, and I always keep Riri out there, even though she's just red and green, and her mess is really good.
Oh, you don't have her blue covers?
I don't have any of her blue covers.
Oh, man, they just changed it actually. So this is getting a little inside baseball, but before Riri Williams used to take like 4 enemy attack tiles and just suck them towards the middle, but now she does that, transforms them, and does a bunch of damage to the enemy. Now she's way more useful.
Right, I got 2 red, 1 green for her, and I haven't been able to get any more covers for her.
Yeah,
I have Vulture's black, green, and blue skills.
Nice.
Which Vulture's a tank.
Yeah.
It's great. I'm so happy I got that one. And I got Miss Marvel. I got her her red cover's a 5 and the other 2 are 4s.
Wow.
So she's doing great damage. Except she's only got her at level 77.
If she's I haven't used 13. You should be able to champ her pretty soon.
Yeah. Well, I've been dumping all my stuff into dumb characters. I don't know why I needed to upgrade Hawkeye all the way.
Oh yeah.
It just kind of happened.
He sweet talked me into it.
And then I sold it because I needed space for. I got Cloak and Dagger on 1.
Nice.
Let's see. You got Dark Phoenix last week. Baron Mordo. Loki has been really good, especially with the thing where he shuffles all the tiles around.
Yeah.
His purple skill. That's great. There was another character I just got, and I cannot think of the name of it.
Out of curiosity, Nobs, how many 1-star characters do you have?
2.
Are any of them Juggernaut?
One of them is, yeah.
Okay, thank goodness.
You know, it's funny. So since I kept Juggernaut, I am not getting any covers for him at all now.
Of course.
After I probably sold close to 50. Had to be close to 50.
Are you doing the daily stuff now, Knobs?
I am.
Yeah.
I can't get, because I don't have one of the characters. I need to do the level 3 one.
That happens to me all the time.
But I can get through level or 1-star, 2-star, 2-star, and that's it.
Have you been checking the 4-star, the hard one, not the extreme one?
Right now it says I need Gamora now, but I think I have Awesome Mix Gamora.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah, that's my big hurdle right now, is trying to get my stable more full, because if I have the character for 3-star, I can do everything up to the second 3-star, which is great because it gives you a cover for the character you need for the second 3-star gives you a cover for the character you need for the first 3-star, which is great to slowly level your roster. But I'd say 75% of the time I go in there and it's like, oh, you need this different version. You need classic Magneto. It's like, well, great. Another one I don't have.
I don't have 1990 Magneto. I'm sorry.
Yeah, not yet.
But yeah, I got one for what's his name, and then it spat me out this bonus one for the Sentry.
Oh, nice.
And I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get rid of that card or that cover, because if you're going through all his stats and stuff, all his stuff does friendly fire damage. Every single one of them.
Great.
Don't underestimate friendly fire. I thought Boston was a little crazy when it came to Thantos, but Thantos in this, he's powered up in this event that's going on, the simulation one.
He is.
I happen to have Miss Marvel, Loki, and Thantos, and I have been rolling fools thanks to Thantos.
I can't get. How do I get Thanos at this point? I don't even
put
know
a heart
where
on him
where
in
to
your
grab
roster.
him. I don't have him.
No, all the way on the right hand side, it'll show covers you don't have. Put a
Wait,
heart on.
I can heart those.
Oh
yes,
yeah.
Heart every single one of them.
Yeah, that's why I would only heart Thanos for now, just so you can specifically get his cover. But yeah, you're gonna say like, if I pull a 3 or 4 or 5 star, you have a chance to also pull a cover for him.
And it's modern Thanos?
It's the 3-star one.
Okay.
I think the 5-star
black ability
like Mad
is
Titan.
Court Death.
Yeah, Court Death. I'm now, because he's powered up, I'm doing... I haven't fought an enemy that has had enough health, but I've maxed out at 8,500 damage.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
I'm just doing like 1k, but I'm pretty sure I'm a lower level like of the event than you are.
Yeah.
But even then, he's a lifesaver. I use 1 med pack basically.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have to worry about going into the battles with half health because it's like, oh, this is going to be over in 5 turns anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yep. Just got to kill one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All you need is one.
Yep. That's all Thanos needs.
Oh man, that was good. But yeah, like that game just keeps getting better. Like you find more and more strategies and different ways to play and combinations that work. Who's another one I ran across with that was insanely overpowered? The Invisible Woman kicked the crap out of me.
Dude, she's rough.
Her and Howard the Duck went invisible on one match I was in.
Yep.
I couldn't hit anybody.
Yep.
Howard the Duck, I hate fighting him because he'll go invisible and he manages to make one of those... He generates one of those invisible tiles, and it's always like in no man's land, and I can't match anything with it at all.
Yep.
Oh, it's the worst.
And then he does that like his animations are great. I'm sorry. Like, they've made me laugh almost every time. They're just genius. Yeah, man, that game is good. I mean, it's a dumb match 3, but the artwork is what keeps you going in it, and the different strategies that take on actually playing a match 3.
Yep.
Like, because I never would have thought, well, I need to play defense in this game. Yeah. Like in the first time you come across Venom and he's really overpowered, he's like, it even tells you, like, don't let this dude get blue tiles or you're boned. I'm like, okay. And that made the match go really easy.
Have you guys been cracking into any of the PvP yet?
No. Not yet, no.
I mean, that's what's crazy is, like, there's even another side of this game, of this cool, now it's a lot like Animation Throwdown, where you're not fighting against someone else, you're fighting against their PvP team. And man, it's fun.
Huh. Now, what are the advantages? Like, what do you gain out of that stuff? Like more covers?
A lot of covers. It depends on what do they call it? Clearance levels. A new season just started for August, like 2 days ago or something. So now it's you can get a lot of 2-star covers right now. So you can sort of beef up some of them, and a lot of them is like you win one match, you get you get enough points to get a 2-star Miss Marvel cover. And it's like, okay, cool. Either I champed her and I'll feed that into her, or she's gonna power up a skill. And a lot of times you're getting a little bit of ISO here and there. You're getting some recruit tokens. My team isn't really that great, so I'm not really cleaning house. But it's a little bit of recruit tokens here and there, a couple of covers, some ISO, nothing too crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I peeled probably through about 80,000 ISO this week.
Yeah. I'm pretty close leveling up Thanos now that he's fully covered.
Oh, that means you got all 3 of his covers?
Yeah, I'm like 5.3, I think it is.
Ooh.
I don't know how much it will cost to champ a 3-star character. I have heard it's a lot. It's 5,000 for a 2-star. And I can only imagine how much it is for a 3-star.
Yay.
I'm a little worried.
Wait, you can buy covers?
No, to champion them.
Oh.
You can buy covers for 3 stars and higher if you spend command points.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's what I did. Like, as I was trying to get another one for Riri Williams to get her try and get her 3rd color, but and I ended up with Dr. Octopus.
Weird.
And man, at 260 he's awesome.
Oh,
but he's only got 1 color.
Oh wait, you're talking about doing a pull with command points, right?
Yes.
Oh, I'm talking about if you go into a 3-star or higher character and you look at their skills in your roster, you can specifically say, I want to spend 20 command points to level this skill up.
Oh, yeah. But you need the cover before you do that.
Oh, do you? Okay. That's what I did for Thanos to get him to 13. Just because I'm like, look, Court Death is way too strong, I'm just going to keep... And a lot of people in the Alliance are buying a lot of stuff and getting us free command points, which is really great, thank you.
Yep. Thank you very much,
I'm
guys.
just powering up stuff.
Knobs based on that look.
Apparently it's knobs.
You don't want to know. You don't want to know.
You know what, though? It helps the Alliance.
I think everyone got at least 6 command points from me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's helping everybody. So yeah, go play Marvel Puzzle Quest. Ooh, the Hannah started playing. TVGP alumnus. He, since the E1M1 Alliance is full, if you want to go play, he started another one just called The Hannah. Check the details on the Discord server.
What? He missed a total opportunity to go E1M2.
Oh, I would have said E1M1 is full 17.
Yeah. that would have been my preferred one.
Yeah. But yeah, if you want to...
Episode 1, Mission 2. Come on, it's brilliant.
If you want to...
We can do that for every time we max out, it's just the mission number changes.
Yep. E1M3. Oh, that's good. So yeah, go play Marvel Puzzle Quest. It's still great.
It is great. Speaking of great, I picked up Powerstar Golf again. And talk about losing a finely tuned skill.
Yes.
It's not like riding a bike?
No, it's not like riding a bike.
You're welcome, by the way.
For what?
A few weeks ago, I don't know if you remember me discussing this. I talked about how it kept on freezing when I went into the thing. I think it was into the caddy selection, and then I had a discussion with, I think it was Billisford in Discord, and he said he had the same issue. And then he also said he couldn't do anything other than career mode. He couldn't go into rivals. He couldn't do anything. And I was thinking, well, it's not just a localized thing. This has started happening since the new dashboard came out. And it's happening to more than just me, so it's definitely not just my Xbox. I went and checked out the Powerstar Golf store, and there is the last 10 reviews were all 1-star reviews. Like, yo, this game is broken. It crashes when I go into caddy, when I do anything other than career, when I do rivals, the game freezes and kicks you back to the dashboard. So a couple of weeks ago, I may or may not have got into a bit of a screaming match with Xbox support on Twitter about how much they had. I asked them, I told them of the situation. I asked them, was there anything they could do, or is this just going to stay like this forever kind of thing? Because I get it. You don't want to update something that's that old. I can understand that. Look at the amount of times EA has just said, no, that's broken. Too bad. We're not going to fix it. I understand where they're coming from. So they said, look, follow us. We'll DM you. We'll get into a conversation about this. I think I spent 2 days DMing Xbox support about all of the issues and how it's a broken game and how if it's going to stay like this, then you need to remove it from the store. 2 weeks later, it gets an update 2 days ago. I was thinking, this game's just got an update?
Ironically, just when I started playing it a couple days ago.
Nice.
Exactly.
I don't know what you're talking about. This game works fine.
It got an update about 2 days ago, and I jumped in and tried it, and now it doesn't freeze on caddy selection. You can do the open play again. You can do rivals mode again. Everything that was caused by the new Xbox dashboard seems to be fixed.
So thank you, Bilsiford.
Yes. Well, all I know is I went back into it after not playing it for a while, and I earned close to 50,000 XP.
Jeez.
Oh yeah.
Just from all the people playing against our scores.
That's cool, though.
I think it was 170 people couldn't beat them. I think 6 got beat.
Wow.
So I was like, oh wow. And I think I was, all right, cool. I'm awesome at this game. I'll play it. No, I'm horrible.
Yeah, try and beat your own scores now. It's not going to happen.
Oh my god! I just played against you and Splaz on 18 on Pro at City Park, And the first time I did, I threw up an 80. I'm like, this is like golfing in real life now. Like, this is frustrating as hell. Which I have been golfing a lot lately, and my game's a little. It's better.
Yeah.
It's not horrendous. Oh yeah. Speaking of real golf, I almost shot under par on 9 holes at Skyline. So I had to play the course backwards. I played the back 9 first because the front 9 was loaded up because I went on Friday by myself. So I'm spraying the ball around, and I'm just like, all right, I'm just doing my normal game, hit one really bad drive, and then I'm scrambling for par and bogey. So I shot I think it was a 40. Shoot, what was it? A 45 or 44 on the front or on the back 9. And I got to the front 9, I birdied number 1. I'm like, okay, I started driving the ball really good. Played through a group of idiots on 2. No, I parred 1, I birdied 2, and then I played through these guys that were just hacking up the course in front of me. Got through them, parred the long par 5, parred the par 3, played through another group, birdied that hole. And I'm like, oh no, I'm like 2 under. This is holy cow!
I can do it.
I'm halfway there. Then I bogeyed the next hole. Then I birdied the next one, and then like, okay, so I'm 1 under. I parred number. I go into number 9. I hit my drive. It's in the pile of trees. I'm like, all right, just lock it down. You par the hole. You're 1 under par, and you're gonna drink some beers. so anyway, so I go to pitch out, hit the pine tree, kicks way out into the fairway. I'm like, all right, that was an okay.
I did it.
20 yards out. I just need to get it on, just get it close. So then I line up with my sand wedge, 120 yards, hit it up, catches, I don't know what jet stream was up there, and just goes, poof. And now I got this really long putt, like on the very top of the green, the worst place I could be on this, is it's slanted like that. I putt down, like, all right, just keep it close, goes by, lips off the cut, rolls off the front of the green. And I'm like, all right, just get it in, take your bogey, you just shot even par. I go up, and it rolls up to the lip of the cup and stops. And I had to tap it in for a 6, and I'm 1 over.
Oh.
I'm like, oh. So I ended up shooting an 81 that day, and then yesterday I went out by myself, and I ran up to an old coworker, and I shot an 87, but I shot a really good 87. I know it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Like I was hitting the ball really well, but the putts weren't dropping. Like, just could not putt. My short game went to crap on me, but it felt good as hitting good balls for once. Which then leads me as like, I'm going to play some Powerstar golf and feel really good about myself, and then I shoot just as bad.
Yep.
The putting is a nightmare. Oh my gosh. It's like the same thing that's going on in real life. Like, I'm I would say better than average putter. Check my stats. I tweet them all the time.
That's true. That's the coolest technology, is that like I've started playing golf. Watch me play golf. Here's my scorecard.
Yeah, and you can see where every shot went. Like,
yeah, so cool.
It is like the best app of all time. Golf Pad, if you feel free to sponsor us, I will plug the crap out of your app because I love it. Golf Pad GPS on Amazon and iOS. So anyway, so I'm playing this and like in real life, like I'm hitting, like I get close. I do, like, I lag putt a lot. Like I putt just short and just have a little clean up putt. In this one, like I'm doing the same thing. I'm leaving it short just for a little tap in, or I'm lipping it out and it's going into oblivion.
And it just goes into space.
Like it goes into orbit, it loops around the cup and goes in like comes back at me. I'm like, how's screw you, physics. You're the worst. Yep. How does that happen? It goes into the cup and comes back out at me. Might as well be flipping me the bird while it's doing it.
It might be.
Mm-hmm. Can confirm Powerstar Golf still super hard to put in. has always been hard to put in, but if you don't continue to play, it gets so much harder.
Yeah.
I had it. I had it down to a science at that point because like it's knowing how golf work, like how I golf, and knowing how greens, like the roll on greens and whatnot. If you hit it a little harder, you could take the break out of the putt. But it's a matter of you ever hit that terminal velocity where it's either going to pop the cup or drop in it. So it's trying to find this fine tune this line. And it doesn't give you the putting line like it does in Tiger Woods, so you really can't really adjust that.
Just gotta feel it.
Why it makes Tiger Woods so easy is because it gives you that putting target line.
Right.
Yeah.
This does not, and I didn't notice that line shoots out like on the course. I'm like, wait, what is that? I don't know how many times it screwed me up. Like, like no, hit to your arrow. You set the arrow. You know where. Just follow your own directions.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, like the golf, Powerstar Golf does a lot of things right. Like if you're higher, you need to club up because the trajectory of the ball is going to come in a little hot. So you got to play it a little. You got to play a club strong and short to get it to land up and roll. Versus like when it's down below, you can actually club down and let the ball arc carry a little further.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like something that's so obvious, but a lot of golf games mess that up.
Yeah.
That it always feels like you're on a flat surface. This actually does elevations really well, and the way the greens roll, they roll really true. That it's gonna break the way it's supposed to break.
Yeah.
So it's just, man, it's a solid game. It really is, and I really wish you could do real-time multiplayer.
Yeah, me too.
Same thing. And now I kind of got the itch to do more golfing games, so it looks like I'm probably going to pick up Golf Club 2.
Yeah. I mean, I hope it's good. First one had the potential. Hopefully this one sort of seals the deal.
I hope so too, because I like flicking the stick like that.
Yeah.
Like that motion seemed to be more instead of the three clip thing, because like even in this one, like, man, to hit that perfect powered shot is real finicky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and it seems like it doesn't meet that and comes back. It bounces off of it like so quick off the end line. Yeah. But in that, my timing just isn't there right now, so it's just a matter of just gotta play it. Just like real golf, you gotta play.
Yeah.
If you want to get better, you gotta play.
Yep.
Anything else you played this week?
No, because I'm tired talking.
All right, Moonpier, what have you played this past week?
We mentioned it a little earlier in passing, but let's talk about some Animation Throwdown, aka how Animation Throwdown has updated itself. It's got the whole new event on the Siege. That's like Guild Sieges, which is basically islands, destroy the islands, blah blah blah. Who cares anymore? I loaded this game up earlier today, and I don't know if it's recently updated, because my phone is a relatively inexpensive phone, so therefore it does not have the best GPU, CPU, whatever you want to say, and it took me 4 minutes from the game loading and me touching the chat icon to talk to the rest of the guild.
Wow.
It took me 4 minutes to press that button and for it to pop up and give me the option to actually say something in the guild.
Woof.
What?
So I think it may have just surpassed the capabilities of my phone in its most recent updates. Now, it's the good thing about Marvel Puzzle Quest being X amount of years old, whatever it is, 3.
It's true. It's lightweight.
It's lightweight, doesn't kill my phone, you know. I've had this issue.
That thing just destroys my battery.
Oh, it kills my battery, but it still runs great. I think I may have to be out on Animation Throwdown real soon, because when it takes me 4 minutes just to open up a text chat in the game, and I tried out a battle, and it took me a good 5 minutes to do a battle that would normally take me a minute. I put that one to bed. I'm not. I love the community we have in there. In TVGP, 17 is full.
Yeah.
Like, I do love that community. I love the guys we've got in there. I love the attitude that we've got going. But I cannot spend 4 hours a night trying to do everything that I need to do in that game to do my daily stuff, because I'm going to bed 3 hours after I get home, so I just don't have the time or availability to do it. So I will probably need to go back in and figure out some way to hand the guild over and actually back out of it, because it kills my battery, but I just don't have the time to wait for it to actually, I'm also not gonna sit here and wait for them to optimize the game. It's like, no, you've updated it to this point. Granted, most phones are probably stronger than mine, and I'm not gonna go out and drop a bunch of money on a phone. I don't need one. I have a phone. It works. So, I'm kind of probably going to be out of that really soon. But again, full credit goes for the second TVGP guild in that game. Full credit goes to Horseman, because Fifth Horseman, he nailed it from the get-go. The guys we've got in there now are fantastic. There's an officer in there called Chucky who's doing a whole bunch of work, and I hate to leave him, but I kind of have to at this point because it's getting ridiculous.
Yeah.
And we did talk about pretty much everything else I've played, except for one thing. Oh, two things. Rocket League. Really quick mention for Rocket League here. I played it with a couple of community members. My wife, Heiko, Slippy. I don't know if that's his actual nickname, but we just call him Slippy because his gamer tag is SLP. So, Slippy, do a barrel roll. It's Rocket League. It was really, really fun. I had a good time. And then we got the shock of shocks. Let's see if you remember this name. Jack in an Xbox.
Hey!
Oh my god!
And played some Rocket League with me.
The homeless Tony Stark?
The homeless Tony Stark jumped in, and we all had an absolute blast. Especially when you consider there is Jack, who is good at the game but doesn't know aerials. Then there's me, who is good at the game but knows my aerials. And then looking down atop a skyscraper is Heiko and my wife being, oh, we're really good at aerials, and now we're platinum ranked in
look at us flying through the air.
So,
you all look like ants down there.
And if you want proof of that, check out Heiko's game clips on Xbox, where he literally did barrel rolls and front flips before aerialing a hit for poops and giggles.
Jeez.
He had no need to do spins, and he has a clip of him just spinning and flipping. It's like, I'm going to hit this in the end. So,
This is so much fun.
Yeah, he did an NBA Jam / NBA Street, and he dunked on the enemy so hard.
Boom shakalaka, baby.
Yes. He really was on fire.
There was an announcer like that in that game. I need to play that game.
Yes, you really do. It's so much fun. My final game, however, there was a little discussion last week in regards to I don't buy games that are betas. I don't buy games that are early access unless I have 100% faith in a game. So my wife bought Fortnite.
Okay.
At 7:30 a.m. in the morning, and she bought the $60 edition, not the $40 edition.
So she got some extra pinatas.
Yes, she did. So, Fortnite. I don't know how I feel about it as of yet.
Okay.
That game sounds real chatty. I just was in a party with you guys, and that game is really chatty.
Yeah, it's you will either love her or hate her, because it's Ashley Jenkins from Hey Ash, What You Playing? Also from Tiny Tina from Borderlands. Right. Also Chloe from Life is Strange.
Right.
Oh, so it's hella loud.
It's hella loud and hella chatty all the time. It's a really interesting concept. Like the basic story is there's a storm that's overtaken the planet. 98% of the human populace is dead. Here's a bubble shield. We can maintain this and try and basically expand it in that free-to-play kind of way, where let's do a mission and slightly expand the bubble. Let's do another mission and expand the bubble. It's a loot-based third-person shooter with construction mechanics.
That's the part that makes me excited the most, where you're building your base. You're literally building your base, and you can build it expansive, you can build a super tall one if you have some sniper peeps, park them up there.
Yeah. It's interesting. You have basically a home base, and then you have missions you go on. And when you go out on the missions, you have to build like a little mini base. Like, so a mission will be, go plant this device will help clear up the storm a little bit. And when you plant the device, then you can build up a little mini fort around it to try and protect it while the waves of enemies come in, because it's a 4-player horde mode essentially.
It's like Command and Conquer. It's like I'm gonna go over this other side of the map, so I'm gonna harvest some stuff while I'm over here.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. Some ant warfare.
Yeah.
So as you're walking around with this giant pickaxe, you can't destroy the land, you can't destroy the mountains, but what you can destroy is pretty much everything else: rocks, trees, plants, buildings that are there. You'll get survivors, and it also kind of turns it into a bit of a base management sim, from what I can see, because you get survivors who you recruit to come to your base, who then you can position to defend things, it looks like.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
So, as you're playing the game, all of the drops you get blueprints, which are randomized. You get weapon blueprints, melee weapon blueprints, trap blueprints, which is the fun part of the base building when you build like a Tesla coil sitting in the middle of a field that enemies will come and get zapped by. You get blueprints for them all. They cost resources. You gather resources on missions, but you also need those resources to go back and actually develop your home base. So when we started playing, my wife was further than me, Heiko was a little further than me and Slippy, we were starting at the same time. So everybody decided, let's just jump in on Moon's game and we'll make story progression. Let's talk about the bad things. The story progression does not carry over from everybody's account.
Oh, huh.
So I made story progression, they didn't.
That's always the bummer.
It's a bummer, but in this case it's understandable, because one of the missions was upgrade your fort, your home base fort, where this bubble shield originates from, and then defend it to expand the bubble shield. I'm running around gathering resources. I turn around and the three of them have gone bonkers and built a medieval pyramid made of bricks and towers and all kinds. Like, just I turn it was just a house, like a little hut at first, and then I go to gather some resources. I turn around and it's like an architect with ADHD has got hold of my place.
It's like when you log off of Minecraft one night and your friend's like, I'm just gonna play for like 15 more minutes. You log on tomorrow and they've built a model scale Paris, and you're like, what did you do? What happened?
Exactly. That is exactly how it felt, because I literally turn around and they're arguing over who's got the better tower, who's got the better thing. It's like, come on, guys. You know, I appreciate all the work you've just put in my base, because that's not your base, that's my base that you've just upgraded.
Right.
So thanks for that. But cool. You know, it's a really interesting little aspect of it. I mean, we're only, I think, probably about 4 hours into it right now, so there's still a lot to go in and see. But yes, as you mentioned, there are loot pinatas which randomly drop things for you, like founders coins and all this other stuff, and weapon blueprints.
Standard
you can get really high
stuff.
grade. Exactly. And you can pay for them, you can pay for currency to get new llamas.
Did you say llamas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a llama pinata. Or a pinata llama.
What is this, Winamp?
My personal favorite thing about it is if you highlight the different llamas and then click your stick on the store, you can give them a little tickle.
What? Or the little chin.
Yes.
Chin.
The pinatas do a little shake and they have different voice animations.
Thanks, Rare.
But yes.
I kind of hate everything you just said.
You smash them open, you get a bunch of cards, that kind of thing. Like I said, it looks like it's got a lot of depth to it, because the skill tree, it looks like there's about 200 points on this skill tree.
Nice.
And that is skill tree tier 1 of 5.
Oh, jeez. I really like how this game sounds. I like how it looks. I like the interface from watching videos of this. I like the interface for building stuff. It looks like it's actually serviceable instead of like zooming you out into the Sims or anything. It's just like, I'm going to point at this thing. It's going to show me I'm going to build a wall. I'm going to manipulate it and just pop it down here, and it will build over time. I think that looks really like a cool game. Like
the building is really simple but surprisingly effective. it breaks things down into like 9 panels. So if you build a wall and want a door, you can edit that wall so the bottom 2 middle panels have gone, and that turns it automatically into a door.
Oh, cool.
So it's like, it's really simple but really effective, and it doesn't have this time limit thing of, oh, you've only got 10 minutes to build, because that would be silly. I hope it doesn't introduce that later into the game, but like I said, I've still got so much more to discover about this. I've only played it a little bit. I have enjoyed it, and like you said, the art style is really nice. It reminds me of a more cartoony version of Sunset Overdrive.
Yeah.
Like less steampunky and more Borderlands mixed with Sunset Overdrive. Yeah. Like that's what the art style reminds me of. And we did enjoy it, and when I actually came up to start recording, my wife was in the process of remodeling her entire base because that's what she realized she could do.
That's cool. I hope they stick with that game, and I hope that it keeps getting deeper and deeper, because that could, like I keep saying, that seems like a real good Monday night game where it's like, all right, we're gonna play a couple of missions, we're all gonna have, like, I can see you guys building a base with, you know, a crow's nest for Knobs because he's gonna be the sniper, so you know, you defend this little spire that Knobs is gonna hang out in and sort of keep you guys covered. Like, if you have a good group,
exactly what my wife did.
Yeah, it sounds like it could be a pretty cool time.
Yeah, I mean, we had fun. I mean, it was 2 Germans, an American, and an English person, all just literally trying to learn about the game.
And walk into a bar.
In our own, in our own different languages. It was an international coalition of the weirdest kind.
That's great.
Oh, that could be. What couldn't be worse? Could be like Dunkirk.
I didn't see that.
Moving very quickly on from that.
Come on, you guys are like, you got what, an American, an Englishman, and a German. I mean,
there you go.
2 Germans.
I'm mostly German.
The Germans outnumbered us here, but I mean, it was fun. It was genuinely a little bit of like a good time while we were playing it, but it hasn't grabbed me yet. Like when I finish it, I've got no desire to go back down and immediately continue playing it.
Right.
You know, I'm waiting to see if it can do that little grab action and just be like, no, you're going to come back and you're not going to stop playing. But I mean, we shall see in the future, I suppose. But that is all I've been playing. Over to Boston.
We talked about most of the rest of my games already too, but I have played a bunch more Nier Automata. I think I'm 17 hours through now. I'm obviously not going to spoil anything because there's still a bunch of people out there that haven't played it, and I don't want to say something accidentally and then Knobs accidentally spoils something for me. But I did finish ending A.
It would happen.
I mean, I've done it to him before too, where he's like, "Oh, I'm excited to see this guy live for the rest of the game," and I'm like, yeah. But I did finish ending A. And that was really good in a way that I don't understand, and I know that it is the precipice down into Sadness Valley that I know the rest of the endings of that game will be.
You have no idea.
Yeah. So I have gotten, well, I have an idea because I've gotten to the point where so after the first playthrough, you continue the game and it starts you at the beginning of the game, but from a different perspective for most of it. But it's also giving you a bunch of confusing additional scenes. And one of the more outstanding boss fights in the first playthrough was you're fighting against this like almost operatic lady robot who's sort of like an opera singer. Oh, that thing's
so cool. Yeah.
And it was a really cool fight when you fight it in the ending A playthrough. In the ending B one, it very quickly turns into just about the saddest story I've read in a video game outside of Lost Odyssey. And I finished it, and my wife was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Yeah, man, that was a real bummer." And I know that's like the beginning of the slippery slope downwards into ending E, and this game is just gonna break me.
You need to go back there. Oh, I think it's when you start your third playthrough, and there's this play that they put on, which might have been my favorite thing in video games ever.
Okay, I'll have to remember to go back there. I'm getting to the point in my second playthrough where your two characters are going to split up yet again, and I'm very excited to see how the game treats one of your characters being missing for an extended period of time. And part of what I'm doing in this playthrough is I did nearly 0 side quests in the first one. And this, now that I've unlocked fast travel, as it is in this game, I'm gonna
the vending machines.
Yeah, which is pretty fun. I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna do a lot more side quests on this one, because a lot of them are either fun or interesting, or in the one that I just finished, a super bummer. So I'm kind of curious to see. I don't really need the experience. I'm playing on easy and the game plays itself, so whatever. But I want to see the story stuff.
Well, all right. Let's see. So are you playing as 9S right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, there's a whole different set of side missions for him specifically versus the first playthrough.
Yeah.
So you may have missed some stuff, because there's one dude on top of a building that just wants to grow stronger, like he's like a ninja or something. And every time you fight him, like, he gets a little bit bigger and a little bit bigger and a little bit bigger until he's unstoppable. It's kind of fun.
Yeah, I was a little worried that I was missing some side quest stuff in the first playthrough, but I'm not worrying about that too much, because I'm there primarily for the main story. What started me on the it's really interesting the differences between the two playthroughs, because in the first playthrough, your character and the operator in the bunker are polar opposites. Your character is very terse and very blunt and doesn't care, and your operator just wants to talk to her and, like, be friends and talk about fun stuff that's happening in the bunker. It's the
that's a cute top.
Yeah, like, it's the opposite for the second playthrough, where 9S wants to talk to his operator. His operator very quickly shuts him down if there's anything that's non-mission, but you make fun of her at some point for her pastime, which is decoding some data that's coming from Earth. So she sends you on a bunch of fetch quests to punish you, and that's when I was like, okay, some of these could be pretty fun. So maybe now that I know there's a fast travel system, maybe I'll start wrapping up some of these side quests, but not worry about them too much, because I still have to play Mass Effect Andromeda, so I don't want to spend 400 hours with Nier Automata.
You'll probably spend a good 60, I think, was where that game would probably max itself out.
Yeah, I really do want to play Andromeda, so I'm sort of gonna do as much stuff as interests me, and then focus primarily on the main story stuff.
Yeah, once you get through, I mean, so you got ending A, B, C, and then D and E are really quick.
Yeah. I have gotten 2 other endings. I've gotten...
Did you eat the back roll that killed you?
Well, that's the second one I got. So this is a really fun ending, because you get it from... a character in the desert called Jackass. She gives it to you, and she's like, this will probably kill you, but it would be fun to see what happens. And the 21 other endings are really great, because all of them are like, well, you ate this fish and it was really great, but it killed you, and then the credits go in literally 5 seconds. It's just like, and then it dumps you back to the main menu in a way where it's like, this isn't a real ending, so you don't get the full credits. The other one I got was H, and I took the wrong path out of the machine village, and the game was like, well, you abandoned the fight and you ran away from Yorha, and all the Yorha units died. Good job. Credits. I was like,
yeah,
okay, that was an ending, sure. I'm not chasing out all the endings, because some of them are... I'm looking at a walkthrough occasionally to see if I'm missing anything big. And some of the endings are like, well, you're going to hack this thing and you have 3 minutes to do it, let time run out, and that's an ending. It's like, well, I don't want to do this twice, so I don't really care that much about it.
Yeah.
So, Nier Automata is still good. I know I'm like on the precipice of super bummer stuff, and I'm excited and anxious about getting to all of that stuff. Because I know it's going to be good, and I know it's going to be soul crushing.
No, but from where when that game turned from, yeah, this is good, and then I really didn't know what to expect on playthrough B, or for when you're playing through as 9s. What happened? Do you know what goes on in episode C?
No, I don't. I know C is sad and E is sad, so I want to know nothing about it.
C is where that game took off for me.
Yeah, that's what I've heard a lot, and
because I did not expect that third playthrough to turn into what it did, and it was great. From that point on, I was chasing down D and E as fast as I could.
Yeah, and I have not been spoiled on very much of this game, so that's another reason why I sort of want to race through it, because I feel like Nier Automata is going to be a part of a lot of top 10 lists this year. And a lot of top 10 lists that I read and listen to are sort of like, and here's the ending of this game. And it's like, well, thanks, I guess. So I sort of want to... The games I really care about, the story, like Mass Effect Andromeda, I'm there to play the game and see the story, but I'm not super invested into it like I would be for Mass Effect 2. But Nier Automata is one of those that I want to get to it before I get it spoiled. So,
yeah.
The last game I played, my brother was kind enough to purchase. Since I was pining for it last week during the show, purchased a copy of Pyre for me. Supergiant Games. I didn't know what this game is, so it starts off as with a lot of text and a lot of people talking at each other about a lot of lore. What the game does really well is it does like the Zelda thing where someone's talking and it'll be like, we left the city, and the city will be in red. But what's cool is you hover your cursor over it and it explains to you what the city is without saying like, and don't forget the city is this. It's just gonna, anytime that like a proper noun comes up, you can hover over it, you can see what it's about, and then you can just kind of keep moving on. So there's no long monologues, there's no lore book or anything like that, which I think is super cool.
Yeah, it's like a little mini Wikipedia for the in-game lore.
Yeah, and I think that's pretty neat, because you don't have to get... If you don't care about what it is, then you don't have to worry, and it's just a bunch of gibberish, and that's fine. What I didn't realize this game is it's fantasy basketball, and I'm not talking about like LeBron James got me 2.5 points this week, and I beat my friends. I'm talking about it's actual basketball in a fantasy land. It's 3-on-3, and you have pyres on either end, and your goal is to take the orb that spawns in the middle and somehow dunk it into the other person's pyre enough times to extinguish it. This game is really good. There's a pretty crazy amount of stuff in this, and I can't wait to get deeper into this to do some of the local multiplayer stuff.
Moon, are you noticing his video flashing?
Is my video flashing?
It's been doing it the whole show, dude. It's the Skype adjusting to light thing where it's like, oh, it's too bright, now it's too dark. Oh, it's too bright, now it's too dark.
I just noticed it. I was like,
close that a little bit.
Yeah, usually it's mine that does it, but yeah, this Pyre, it has like class system in it as well, doesn't it? Like there's a big guy who moves slower but can take hits, and then there's a fast one who can only do like the really up close dunk or whatever it is.
Yeah, there's like you can pass the ball between each other, you can sprint, there's a like a directed attack you can do in a line that banishes someone from the enemy team. You can jump, you can actually throw the ball into the pyre, which takes away less points from the pyre, but will get it in there. So far it feels really cool, and makes me it makes me feel better about going into Supergiant Games blind. Because first playing Bastion, it's like, yeah, this is cool. Oh, the narrator is actually narrating, oh, the stuff I'm doing. That's cool. All right, I didn't expect that. And, you know, Transistor sort of being this weird strategy RPG hacking thing. That's still a little hard to describe. And then they said, hey, why don't we just make a basketball game? How does that sound? So I've probably... They call them... What do they call them? Rights, I think it is. You know, I've done 3 battles / levels / games, matches, things. I've done about 3 of those so far. And it's pretty great. And of course, the music's great, and the narrator's great, and it looks beautiful. You know, all the standard Supergiant stuff that you expect. But yeah, I'm excited to dig more into that because it's certainly not the game I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a strategy RPG. But I'm having a ton of fun with it, and I want to get back into it because it's pretty crazy. But that's all I'm playing this week. Let's take a break.
Since I'm drinking 2 liters of fluid since we've been up here, I need to pee.
Jeez, good luck.
Oh, it's gonna feel magnificent.
Speaking of,
boy. Alright, let's...
I just realised it just looks like I'm looking up at the ceiling, but there is an actual fan there, folks. Just so you know. And this sheen is not my makeup. This is just the wonderful... this is the wonderful temperature that this place gets.
Yeah. Alright, let's see if we have any other news stories.
Probably not.
Excuse me. Jimbo Jango's checking in. Yes, I perused that records book a little bit. Jimbo Jango's got me a copy of the Guinness Book of World Records sort of like gaming edition, or it's gaming focused. It's pretty cool. There's a lot of cool info in there. I haven't had time to sort of sit down and enjoy it too much because my daughter really likes books right now, which means she really likes eating books, and that's cool for the ones that are like thick cardboard, but not for anything else.
AKA kids books.
Yeah. Nothing really here for news stories. Persona 5 anime coming in 2018. Should be good.
Hopefully it lives up to the... Everyone fucking keeps talking to me about the Castlevania one. It's like, I'll watch it when I watch it.
Yeah, I just haven't had time to watch it yet.
It's like, I leave for work at 7:15 a.m. By the time I get back and I'm sitting down to do my resting things, it's about 7:15 p.m. and I'm in bed by 10:30. So that gives me 3.5 hours to play as many video games as I can, do the Isaac stuff, and watch whatever I can watch.
Yeah.
So no time at all, basically.
Wow, Destructoid gave The End Is Nigh an 8.5. That's a good score.
The End Is Nigh.
Yeah. I really wish I had more time to play that. I really, really like it. It's just, you sort of have to, it's like starting a really hard Isaac run. You kind of have to sit there and like get your head into it and not come back to it about halfway through.
That's how I kind of feel about Mass Effect right now myself. Like, I want to get back into that, but it's like this weekend I was hoping to sit down and put a few good chunks into some story games and be like, okay, I'm nearing the end of Shadow Warrior, I'm about halfway through Mass Effect, there's about maybe 100 other games on my Xbox I need to start.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, you know, I was hoping to get that shit kind of underway, but it's just unfortunateness after unfortunateness after unfortunateness, and it's just like, nope, I've literally got an hour to sit down, so I think I'll play something quick.
Play some Marvel Puzzle Quest.
Yep. I'm super duper proud though. I think Twitch or YouTube just rolled us back a bit. That's kind of weird.
That is weird. I wonder why that was. I don't have any dropped frames.
The chat just changed. Like, it updated with the new stuff and then it's just gone away. I think I'm on Twitch.
Sacred Herb says the Pokemon Go Fest had a rough outing. Yeah. I was sort of trying to figure out whether or not I wanted to talk about that on the show, but it seems a little bit like mudslinging
inside
almost
baseball
a little bit, so I didn't really want to talk about it too much. Hold on, I gotta fix my curtains. Stupid thing.
One thing I am fucking super proud of for fucking Powerstar Golf though is I got my hole-in-one achievement on a par 5 fucking course at last.
What?
There's an achievement on Powerstar Golf.
How can you get a hole-in-one on a par 5?
Coyote Canyon.
Oh, that's right, the shortcut. Okay.
There's a couple of them.
So,
go ahead.
Anyway, I got a new toy, a new golf apparatus.
Oh.
So this thing is a launch monitor.
Okay.
So I set this up behind me as I'm. Oh my god! Why is it set to Celsius? Whatever. It gives you
the true temperature.
Gives you. Shut up. All right. So anyway, so what this thing does is it sends out this little radar signal.
Mm-hmm.
And so I have it set for a 7 iron right now, but it catches the club coming through this. Does that work? Maybe it just needs to be metal. Anyway, yeah. So I set it up behind me, so it sits like that, and then as like the swing comes through, maybe this will work.
Beep beep.
God damn it!
Now there's water everywhere.
Nope, that's coffee.
Oh.
It's literally it's all over me.
Mm-hmm. It's what lids are for, knobs.
There is a lid on it. Look at this. Like it's.
I had an accident.
Captain Morgan peed himself.
That was good.
I thought I drank it all. But anyway, so when I go to a driving range, like that doesn't have like any, it is everywhere. Jeez. Yeah, so when I go to a driving range, like I said, it has like a little remote, and you put like what club you're hitting, and it'll give you the launch, and it'll calculate the velocity that it's coming through and the sound of contact. I think.
Some black magic.
And it gives you like an approximation of like it will like give you your club head speed and then give you an arbitrary distance of how far that ball theoretically went, whether you hit it well or not. But I don't know. It's kind of neat. I think
that's pretty cool.
So all feedback is good feedback. So
yeah, all data is good.
Yes. Especially when you can learn how to apply it. But yeah, it's really like, so I'm in a driving range and it's going 252 yards, and then you just see these other golfers kind of peek around a corner like, what the fuck was that?
Who's that robot lady?
173 yards. All right, thanks. But I wonder if this links up to an app or something, because remember I had that one thing I put on my glove. I buy a lot of dumb shit. Yeah,
but you strike gold every once in a while.
Yeah, every once in a while one of these things works out. But yeah, it's kind of interesting. Like that, like the golf pad app. Like that thing is just amazing.
Yeah.
Man, I hit an eagle yesterday.
Nice.
Which I think it's only like the 3rd time I've actually gotten an eagle. It was a short par 4. Hit a nice drive. Caught the edge of the cart path and went bing,
awesome.
And then dropped up. Like I thought it was just short of the green. I get up there, and I freaking drain a 40-foot putt for an eagle. And I'm like,
whoa.
Yes,
nice.
And I'm like, but inside I was like that, like because the guy I was golfing with at that point, I just kind of was like, whatever.
That's another day.
Just like everything else, like act like you've done it before is way more impressive than excessively celebrating.
Yeah. All right.
All right, now I get our show notes back up here.
Yeah, let's knock out this next segment before Moon dies on us.
You know what? I don't know if we'll have time to get through all these releases.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
it might be tough, but I'm sure we can power through.
Yeah. Just have to make it fast.
Make it urgent. Emergency.
Knocking out the Donnies.
I miss Donnie.
Me too.
He's just in a weird spot right now.
Yeah, it doesn't help that every time he kicks up his Xbox, it's been about fucking 8 months since he last did it, so everything needs to update. And he gets pissed off with it.
It hasn't been 8 months.
He is bad, but he's not as bad as Scott, which I hope you're still watching, Scott, Mr. Video games were better when they didn't need to be updated.
Oh, those are fighting words, buddy.
Scott knows he's an old man.
It just with Scott, it just seems like everything that can go wrong will go wrong.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It's always the Xbox's fault. Every time. All right, you ready?
Ready.
Yep.
All right, ready in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back, everybody. We got releases this week for 31st year 2017. Patapon remastered for PlayStation 4.
I just looked up how many Patapons are in this. It's just the first one, which is a lot of game. It's only $15. But I also saw they remastered this. It's 4K capable, which
why
probably look pretty good with that game. Get the sharpest Patapons. Patapon.
Patapon.
All right, let's move on to news stories. After 3 hours of releases, For Honor is finally getting dedicated servers.
Thank you.
Really? That hadn't happened yet?
I think they were waiting for no one to play it and then say, like, hey, by the way, guys, come on back.
Yes. I own that game. I was disappointed with the server issues, and now it is getting dedicated servers. This is like Rainbow Six Siege Project Health all over again, which is a whole different bucket of screws to get into at some point.
Is that them fixing the maps?
What was it, Boston?
Is that them fixing the maps? Like performance?
Fixing the maps, fixing performance.
Yeah, I thought that was
cool.
cool.
Now introduced cosmetic loot boxes as well as part of Project Health.
Yeah. Well, those are harmless. Yeah, I think this is interesting because I think a ton of people bounced off For Honor pretty quickly. If it wasn't for gameplay, it seemed like the biggest thing was, peer-to-peer online can be fine. You guys didn't do it right, so dedicated servers would be really great.
Yeah.
Do you think this is going to bring you back to it, Moon?
I think it could, yes, because part of the issues we were having with it, I mean, we played it solidly for about a month, and part of the issues we were having was we would go into a thing, someone would drop, and then you spend a minute waiting for it to figure out who the best host is. And then by the time it's figured out who the best host is, they've dropped, and then it's another minute figuring out who the second best host is. And then by the end, it's like you win by forfeit, or it just spins until it tries to find you new players to play with, and it's just sorted out.
Yeah.
That sounds like a lot what we went through with Left 4 Dead, finding who had the best connection every time to be the host.
Yeah.
Yep.
Man. Our other news story this week, because apparently it's just an incredibly quiet week. Adobe is set to kill Flash Player in 2020, and this is actually for real this time.
What?
This is normally not stuff I would bring up on the show, but I think for a lot of us, especially being in computer labs in high school or college, hitting up new grounds or something like that, I think this is kind of the end of an era for a lot of games. Or, I mean, Facebook and Farmville, there's a lot of games that wouldn't have been possible at the time unless it was for Flash.
For a Flash player.
Yeah.
And a lot of stuff that hasn't moved over to HTML5 already. Sacred Urban Chat says, now I can uninstall Malwarebytes. Yeah! Yeah, I think that's, Desktop Tower Defense is another one. That's another huge early Flash game. I think it's time, but
yes,
it's also the end of an era.
I mean, it's very much a product of its time.
Yeah.
Like, it was really groundbreaking when it came out. It did things really well. But the longer it's been around, the more and more people have figured out how to just break it. Like, and, it has exposed so many people who are not in the know, quote unquote, to issues that they probably wouldn't normally have had if it wasn't for that. Well, it's a great platform, but it's a leaky, buggy mess. So I'm glad it's gone, but yeah, like you said, it has defined so many different games over the years that, it is going to be sad to see it not around anymore.
Yeah. I mean, it was the start of Zynga. It's the start of so many... Like, that's where Meat Boy started. I was
going to say, wasn't Meat Boy originally a Flash game? Wasn't Isaac originally a Flash game as well?
It was, yeah. So much of that stuff came out of Newgrounds, where just like, I don't know, man, you can put a game on here. And it's like, we did. Oh, people actually really like this. Okay, let's make more games. It'll be interesting to see what the next platform is after what is.
I didn't know that was making a sound, so I felt it vibrate.
Yes.
I didn't hear anything.
I did. And the listeners will too.
Oh boy. I'm gonna write this down. Knobs mystery noise.
It's nothing. It's just robot lady voice.
At 141.
1, 2, 3.
Good times.
4.
All right, let's move on to questions. I've saved a whole bunch of questions from people for the listener questions episode later this year. If you have more, please send them in. Superman Socks asks, what's the funniest gamer tag you've seen while playing online? Mine was in Titanfall 2, kept getting killed by Ninja's nutsack.
You know what? Battlefield 4 is rife with them.
Really?
Yeah. It's worse with Battlefield as well, because you can do those custom images on the website, they just end up being horrendous. Like little clan images that you can put, and sometimes it just takes it to the extreme. It's like, how is that image not banned yet?
Right.
Well, what was the clan that Scott and Donnie made up? Show me your purple head.
And shaking my
purple head.
Oh God.
SMPH. That is still my clan tag to this day.
Holy hell.
This is where this segment is just a bunch of beeps.
Yeah. One of my earliest ones I remember is from Quake 1, where I remember just somebody had the name Pickles, and they were just decimating across like every game from that day. I played for like 4 hours straight, and it was always like, you got killed by Pickles. Pickles suicided. It's Pickles killed you with a rocket launcher. And I was like, at first it was funny. Where it's like, yeah, Pickles, that's funny. And later it was just like, I'm going to find you, and I'm going to get you. Pickles.
Oh, man, there was that guy in Battlefield 1 where I kept getting that sniper battle with. It was another German guy. I cannot remember his name. Man, it's going to drive me nuts. What was I remember playing Quake... Quake Team Arena, and this guy kept slaughtering him. His name was Longulus Wang, and he just kept crushing me. Like, I felt like I was the only one that this guy was killing.
That's vendetta.
I think, like,
that's 20 years ago, and I still remember that name.
Yeah.
Yeah. to be honest, like, I mean, I didn't play a lot of PC online, so most of my stuff all comes from the Xbox. But the problem with that is
Jimbo Jangles is a great play.
Yeah, you'll get it. You'll see it if you're watching the video. If the audio, I don't think we're gonna repeat that one.
Yeah. Like, the problem with the Xbox gamer tag thing is it's just people who are high, people who are drunk, people just making the thing because they're 12, and they just come up with the same things over and over and over again, and then just add X's and zeros in the front and the back.
420.
At least on the Xbox, you can change your gamer tag. On Sony, it's a little more permanent. A little more difficult. Some of my favorite stuff is getting killed by someone in Destiny and seeing how they've managed to work 420 or 69 in there. And sometimes it's sort of like, ugh, yeah, okay, dude, I get it. And other times it's like, oh, all right, that was actually pretty clever. All right, I'm going to keep getting sniped by you, but I'm going to have a good time doing it because your name is a little crazy.
Yeah. I think a couple of days ago, I'm hoping this passes Boston's censorship rule. I believe it should.
Let me get my pen.
A couple of days ago, we were playing Rocket League, or rather, my wife was, and I was watching her play it. And her and Heiko were playing against someone who I believe his gamer tag was 50 Cent. Like 50, then a little C. Snoop Dogg rocks, Dr. Dre, open brackets, Eminem, close brackets. Hip Hop Rules 2000 or something like that, and then it had Wigger on the end of it.
That's the weirdest. That's the weirdest title.
Yep.
Oh man.
And we just saw that, and it was so long that when he did like chat text in Rocket League, it took up the whole line and then bumped it to a second one.
Wow. I didn't know they could be that long.
Neither did I.
Jeez.
Remember that guy we ran into in Left 4 Dead, lowercase n?
Yes.
That literally was the best Left 4 Dead player I think we've ever come across.
Yeah.
Outside of our group.
Yeah.
Terrorized us.
Because we're no slouches in that game, and this guy literally turned the tables on all of us.
The guy saw the Matrix. I mean, there's no other explanation.
Oh, that dude knew hacks and stuff that we had no idea. Because he was the one that got me through, I think, whatchamacallit a few times. The hardest difficulty, the No Mercy modes or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Experts, yeah.
Yeah, the expert levels. Like, he got me through 2 of them when ideas like I didn't even know were even possible.
Jeez. All right, moving on to our next question here. Actually, real quick, our next question is from Patreon. Our very generous $10 patrons have come up with a question for this month of July. Real quick, though, first off, Patreon plug for this week, More Than a Hobby, the Facebook group from Justin W. I will put a link to it in the show notes for the episode, just to make sure that you get it right. Join the More Than a Hobby Facebook group and talk about your favorite games. The Patreon question for this month has been, what have you been watching, TV or movies? We usually talk about this in the pre-show, but we didn't really take time to do it this week. My wife and I watched, we heard it, kids really love watching it because of the colors. We watched Moana, which was pretty good. That was, I have one of the songs stuck in my head still, the You're Welcome song, which is just the worst. But I thought that was not one of my favorite Disney movies, I don't think, but it was pretty good.
I heard that was pretty good. I haven't watched that one yet. I would say Kubo and the Two Strings is probably way better.
Yeah, I still have to see that.
Just my personal opinion, might be one of my favorite movies ever.
Yeah.
Every time I watch it again, it's great. Actually, I just marathoned this last weekend Daredevil Season 2 right into Jessica Jones.
Oh, nice. So Jessica Jones is so good.
All of that. I just watched Kong Skull Island because of my misfit ordering practices.
Your Steelbook love?
Yes, that finally arrived, and I finally watched it, and man, that is not what I expected from that movie.
Oh, really? Was it good?
Yeah, it's watchable.
Okay.
It's real watchable, and it's kind of doing the trying to set up the giant monster expanded universe.
Oh, yeah. Universal's trying to do, is it?
Yeah, they did. They tried to do it as well with Dracula Retold or whatever it was, which was a really good movie. But,
and The Mummy, the most recent one.
Yes, and that's the second one in the rebirth of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't watched the new Mummy yet. I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, like I rewatch a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm always watching something.
I rewatched Scott Pilgrim this week. Hey, it's still a really great movie.
Yeah. We watched what's it called? Rogue One.
Oh,
My wife and I watched Rogue One last week. I wasn't a fan.
No, really?
It had its moments.
It's got some really great moments in it, but
like I think my rating on that one of 4 stars is okay. Like I don't feel bad about having that 4-star
good but not
rating
great
on mine.
Yeah.
It's rewatchable is the best part of it. It's you start picking up all these little different things in the actual, like, it's a lot of Star Wars fan service is really what it is.
Ah, right.
Yeah. When it's a Star Wars movie that has the Jedi priests, like the priests who worship the Jedi but were never Jedi, like, you know it's a bit fan service.
Oh yeah, the Guardians of the Wills, like, and like stuff that it's always talked around but never really addressed is great. Well, number one, dude, Donnie Yen is awesome.
Yeah,
he is fantastic in that movie.
He's great. The guy does KSO-1 is amazing. He's such a great character actor. He was Steve the Pirate. He was in Firefly.
Alan Tudyk?
Yes.
Yeah, he's in Moana as a chicken.
Yep. He's the best robot in my opinion since HK-47.
Nice.
Yeah, he's good. Man, so many movies. Oh, all right. So I'm in this big rabbit hole at Game of Thrones podcast. Like,
real deep.
Books or show.
I know I can't. I mean, like the only one I would plug is another guys that do a video podcast called Nerd Soup. They do an amazing job.
Is that Hardwick?
No, it's not. I think Nerdist is Hardwick.
Oh, Nerdist.
But no, man, I love their logo, that little blaster. It's so great. But no, Nerd Soup is these guys do a podcast. They do like a little like animal animation to it. Like the one main guy, he's got a really great monotone voice, and he's like a little bug. And every time he holds his hand up, there's like a little iPhone in it. Like I looked on the internet and holds up this little iPhone. There's like a turtle, another bug lady, and a monkey guy just in a monkey suit. And it's like a lot like the South Park looking characters, like really crappy animated. But their theories are so great. Like I've probably watched this one 3 or 4 times about what the White Walkers actually want, or what could their motivation be. It was fascinating, like stuff I'd never even thought of.
What's that called? Nerd Soup?
It's called Nerd Soup. They do. It's an awesome show. Like everything on their channel is really good. Like they did a spoiler cast for Spider-Man: Homecoming, and I guess one of the guys they had on the show before. This is a great inside joke. He's like, why don't you have me on the show anymore? Do any of these like movie reviews or anything? It's like because you fell asleep the last time you watched a movie.
That's pretty good.
Like,
was it Excalibur?
No, it wasn't Excalibur, but it was. You're the strongest. You're the one.
I can't fight it anymore.
I don't really get a whole bunch of time to watch TV. We were actually talking about that during the midpoint of the show, like the break. So watch the live show, twitch.tv/E1M1, youtube.com/E1M1 network.
There you
go. He's getting better at this.
Yeah.
Thank you. My main thing is, like, I've been trying to like do more bite-sized things, and one of the other podcasts I listen to, the Attitude Era podcast, turned me onto a YouTube show called Wrestling with Regret. Now, they're all kind of, in a very much a similar way that we are connected to No Quarters and that kind of thing. They're all like friends with each other, and they're connected with Botchamania, which has been around since the internet existed. And Botchamania's method on wrestling is silly. When it's not good, just laugh at it.
Right.
Which, if it's not doing bad, if it's not doing something you enjoy, just have a giggle at its expense.
Yeah, don't take it super seriously.
That's kind of what this guy Brian Zane.
Serial.
Yes. He does that with wrestling in Wrestling with Regret, spelled with a W. So WWW.
Clever.
Yes. And he basically dissects things, but it's like a critical think piece, but he does it while having jokes on it too. And he does a spot-on impression of one of, like, it's not Jimmy Hart. It's one of the other gyms, like a manager from like the 70s and the 80s. The guy with the tennis racket, you'd know him if you'd seen him. He does a spot-on impression of him, and like he's just so funny. Like the way he analyzes things and looks at them is fantastic, but he does it while all of the time throwing in jokes about everything. So it's a really good watch, but it's also really entertaining at the same time. And it's like,
wait, was that the manager for Ravishing Rick Rude? The guy with
probably,
the tennis racket?
Yes, probably. He's been around since like the 70s, but it's a really good show, and it's only like 10 minutes long. So it's like, oh, I'm eating my dinner, nom 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 nom, Wrestling with Regret. Let's play a video game.
Yeah, the only YouTube person that I really watch now is Northern Lion. He's a Binding of Isaac player. Somebody ring the doorbell.
I knew I shouldn't. No, probably someone walked across my front yard.
We're gonna take a short break.
You're not even on the right floor. What could you possibly be barking at, Gimpy?
Hi, guys.
Nobody.
The only YouTuber I really watch is Northern Lion. He runs a lot of Binding of Isaac stuff, but it's not like a lot of stuff you watch where it's just... He is a non-stop stream of consciousness the entire time. Whether he's running for 15 minutes or whether he's running for an hour, it's just this incredibly entertaining, off-the-wall, non-stop session. And it's great. And he's not a great Binding of Isaac player, so that kind of compounds the...
It makes up
hilarity.
For it, yeah.
Yeah. Man. But that's all we have this week, because I know Moonpier has to go do some stuff, some adult stuff. Lame.
Phrasing.
What?
He really? Just has to, like, get ready for the work week. You know.
Yeah. It seemed kind of hostile.
Yeah, well, you know. What? I got no excuse. I'm sorry, Moon. I apologize. I don't want to fight. We'll hug it out. If you'd like to visit us, you can do so at tvgp.tv. Email us tvgpfans@gmail.com. Tweet us at tvgp. Join the Patreon, patreon.com/e1m1. Join our Discord server. All those links and everything else are on the right-hand side of the page.
Yeah, hey, join us for our game night. Monday night, 10 p.m. EST is the most consistent one. We're there every week playing Battlefield 1 or possibly Left 4 Dead. Maybe a little throwback, Battlefield 4?
There you go.
No.
Thrown out. Why is everyone so against this?
Because it's 10 years old.
It's the old hotness.
You're 10 years old.
Whoa. Too hot. Whoa. Shutting this down.
All right, focus. All right, and then we have Steam Game Night Thursday night when it happens, and yeah, come check us out for that stuff, and join us on Discord and things.
Good times. Yeah. This month's Game Club game is the excellent Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Go play it. It's not that long. If you want to do a Richter playthrough, that's fun. If you want to put in that gibberish name so you can get the high luck playthrough, you can do that too. Symphony of the Night's really great. Go play it. You can watch the show live, twitch.tv/E1M1 Network. That video game podcast on YouTube, as Moonpier was so kind. Patreon.com/E1M1. Hi. And we'll see you all next week.
Laters.
Moonpier, hit me with those titles.
How do you know I have titles?
I feel it in my
writing
heart.
Like 20
because
times.
Because you're the only one paying attention.
I have 5
Austin
titles.
kind of pays attention.
Oh.
Know your role.
Sit down.
Get my brain upside down. I wish I could burp on command. One of my favorite Italian meats. Harem of Mortys.
That's a great one.
I forgot about one of my favorite Italian meats.
E1M1 is full 17. Operatic Lady Robot. SMPH. Was it Excalibur? And you're 10 years old.
I have NPR mode. Screw you physics. Hella chatty. What is this Winamp? And you're 10 years old.
What is this Winamp is good too.
I like what is this Winamp a lot.
I'm torn between one of my favorite Italian meats and what is this Winamp.
I would vote for Winamp.
Because we're so old, we're like the only ones that get that.
Yeah.
How many people remember the llama? Like,
how many remember when they censored after AOL bought Winamp and they censored that startup sound? It really whips the llamas. And it's like, well, that's
oh Jesus,
that's no fun. You took the fun out of Winamp. Jeez. All right, starting in 3, 2, 1. This is That Video Game Podcast, episode 510 for July 31st, 2017. What is this, Winamp?
No, music match.
I'm too young for that.
All right, thank you so much, everyone, for watching us live. We'll see you next week. If you're a $5 and up patron, I'll see you later tonight for the exclusive Hanging with Mr. Boston live stream.
Yeah, James, thank you for the title suggestions.
A Bucket of Screws. Yeah.
A Bucket of Screws is a great one.
Yeah, 3 hours of releases. Give it a tickle. That's another good one. All right, we'll see you next week. Bye, everyone.